Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. I'm really shocked at something. I'm shocked at how much misinformation there is about how much money people make on YouTube. And it seems to be a topic of obsession. Largely, the media almost always gets it wrong. And you'll see a lot of these interesting articles about YouTubers struggling to make it over the poverty line, even if they're successful. So today I want to do three things. One, I'm going to talk to you about how much money I earned in 2018. I'm going to show you the real numbers behind that. I'm going to talk to you about how much money on average I make on YouTube ads in a month. None of this is the money I make on affiliate marketing, brand deals, my other businesses, or my investments in the market. This is just straight up Adsense. So for YouTubers not doing an actual business or anything like that, this will be important. And then finally, I really want to explain how Adsense works and why some videos make more money than others. So if you're interested in that, you'll want to watch the video, you want to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, before I get heavily into any of my numbers, you need to understand that there are a lot of different things that set YouTubers apart, and your ad earnings will be radically different. You also need to understand you cannot look this up in Social Blade. YouTube does not give access to that part of its numbers and its API on the back end. And we also know YouTube is getting ready to make changes to what it discloses to third-party apps. So that's not a reliable way to know how much money people make on YouTube or even how much you can earn. Another myth that I need to lay to bed is the idea that you earn between 25 cents and $2 as an average CPM rate. What is an average CPM rate? CPM means cost per mil or cost per 1,000 views. And this is what advertisers pay for 1,000 views on a video. Now, it's also important to understand that not every single view on a video is monetized. So we need to look at monetized views and not raw views. And this is something that a lot of YouTubers confuse. Now, my CPM rate is abnormally high. In terms of monetized views, it's about roughly on average $15 to $20. And when it comes to raw views, it averages out about between like 12 and 17. So that's abnormally high for most content creators. But why is it going to be different from me and you and everybody else? Because YouTube and the ads are all different based on who the advertisers are, where your views are coming from. Views in the United States, Canada, and the UK are going to be much more valuable than views in other countries. I know YouTubers in India and Brazil and other parts of South America that don't get the ad rates that you and I are used to. A friend of mine in the Netherlands actually got 12 million views on a video, and it was only worth 1,700 euro, which sounds really absurd when you think about the value of 12 million views on a video. But 46% of those views did come from India. And so you have to really think about who your audience is. Different ages for viewers affect how much the ads are worth as well. I don't get a ton of views on this YouTube channel, but you guys know that already and you're going to see. Because education doesn't get as many views and it's not as sensational as other things, but I do all right. But I get very good ad rates, and you could make a decent living, a decent 9-to-5 level living with the YouTube AdSense that I bring in. And the reason for that is that the views are just worth more because I have an older audience. More than 70% of you are between ages 22 and 44. And so that becomes something very important to think about. Who are the advertisers in your niche, in your part of YouTube? Entertainment and prank videos and all those, they get a lot of views, but even Ice Poseidon, one of the biggest YouTubers on this platform, on 1 million views, he got like $500. By the way, I'll do a video at some point here very soon on how much YouTube paid me for 1 million views, both channel-wide and on a video that got 1 million views, my biggest video of all time. So make sure you're checking that out. Stay subscribed. Now, looking here, in analytics, and I'll show you guys this here on the screen. It looks like in 2018, I did $41,072.92. So that's actually really good on AdSense, considering that was 5.8 million views. So 5.8 million views. Now, the other factor here is that I get a lot of watch time on my videos. And longtime viewers will know that my videos tend to be longer because all of my videos are basically TED Talks. That's kind of the style and the format of most of my content If I'm not doing a sit down video here with you guys, I'm doing kind of a lecture style video in front of the bookcase, or I'm doing a tutorial teaching you software so that you can be a content creator or so you can build your online business. So I'm teaching you things like video editing, or I'm teaching you how to use software and set up your email list or your affiliate programs so that you can make money. Because outside of YouTube and outside all this AdSense stuff, I built a 6-figure online business. I built a stay-at-home business. And so I teach people how to do that. Now, one of the things that's really important here in the data is to consider the fact that with my videos, you would think that the reason that I make so much is because maybe Roberto's running a bunch of mid-roll ads. Maybe Roberto's putting 4 and 5 ads in a video because they're 20 minutes or longer. Nope, I can do that. On occasion, on a longer video, I will put 1 mid-roll in a video. Content creators that I know that make the most money on YouTube are usually putting 2 mid-roll ads in a video, an ad at the beginning of the video and an ad at the end. I typically am only putting an ad either at the beginning of a video or the end of a video. I rarely run mid-roll ads. When I do, it does increase the revenue a little bit, but it's something I don't do that often. Now, before I get into what has the channel earned for the lifetime, the 6 years that I've been uploading videos since July of 2013 on a regular basis. And I say that because even though I started the channel, or I made my YouTube account to comment on other videos mostly in 2009, I didn't become a content creator until 2013. I kind of like abandoned the channel. I never really did much of anything with it. I didn't have a plan for it. I wasn't thinking about really making regular content. I started really focusing on that in 2013. So it's practically my 6-year anniversary right now. So that's pretty cool. But what I want to show you here in the data is I want to show you what the last 90 days have looked like. So let's take a look at that. Pretty good. According to this, in the last 90 days on AdSense, I've done $7,493. So that's actually really strong, all things considered. And just remember that there are a lot of YouTubers, and you're seeing this, and there are videos out there where these ad rates are not the same for everybody. Business videos that I do perform better than videos that I do on other topics like YouTube or social media. And so that's important. Views aren't everything. The type of views, the type of video, the type of niche matters. Let's compare, in fact, 2 videos real quick that are very different. So I got a video, how to get 10,000 YouTube subscribers in 2019. Video does very well. It has 361,000 views and did over $2,500, so $2,500 in revenue. But I have another video that's on how to start affiliate marketing and make $100 a day in passive income, which I think is the more important video. And it got 133,000 views, so literally a third of the views, but it earned $3,024.70. $3,024.70. Mind-blowing. This had 1/3 of the views and still made about roughly $600 more with 1/3 of the views. Now think about that for a minute. How is that even possible? If all views are the same and views are all that matters on YouTube, as a lot of people like to think, or becoming a big YouTuber or having a viral video is all that matters, why is it that there are videos with popular YouTubers that do over 1 million views that might be worth $500 or less, and videos that have 100,000 views can do thousands of dollars in revenue and have very good CPM rates? These are very high CPM rates when you look at those numbers, right? And again, it's because of channel authority. It's because of things like accumulating a lot of watch time, even when you don't have a lot of views. It's about high average view duration. It's about retention rates. It's about what countries your audience speaks in. It's about how you optimize your titles, descriptions, and tags. All of those things could affect how your videos perform in terms of ad revenue. Also, I did a whole video about this, but things like not cursing in videos actually matters. What's in the thumbnail, those things all impact your ad revenue. So I just wanted to be honest with you guys about that. And I've made videos about this in the past, but people don't watch them because they don't have sensational titles. I sit there and I tell you literally how to make more money in YouTube, how to increase AdSense earnings. No clicks. but I guarantee you that this video will perform a lot better. Now, when we go into how much I earned in terms of lifetime on the channel, again, this is not how much money I make, period. This is how much money I've made just from AdSense while doing this channel. Now, this could be different for a lot of people. If you're a smaller YouTuber and you're in a deal with an MCN, maybe you need to get out of it because they might be taking 30 or 50% of your money. If you're a larger channel, maybe it's only 10 or 20%, but ask yourself if they're doing enough for you. We've heard some real horror stories in the community when it comes to what's happening to people with their channels and with multi-channel networks. Not all of them are bad, by the way. There are a lot of great ones out there, but let's take a look at this. So in the lifetime of my channel has 27 million views. And in the lifetime of the channel, it's earned $134,060.90 as of the making of this video. So hopefully that screen is up here. But yeah, so we can see that that's actually really strong. That's really good. And it may not seem like a lot because there are bigger channels out there. But again, I want you to think about what this means in terms of CPM rates and that you don't have to be the biggest YouTuber. And that if I can do that, there are a lot of smaller channels also that, by the way, earn even more than me. It just depends on what niche there are. There are people who are doing financial advisor channels and real estate channels that do very, very well in AdSense. There are a lot of people, I've known some science channels that just crushing it. And so there are a lot of different niches that just perform better in YouTube and a lot of channels that you have no idea just because they're getting, this views or that views. People could be getting tens of millions of views and not making a ton of money. There could be channels with 1 million subscribers that might not be making money on the AdSense, which is why doing brand deals and negotiating brand deals if you have a very attractive channel is really important. And you shouldn't feel ashamed or embarrassed or like a sellout if you're doing brand deals. AdSense isn't everything, and I don't live off of AdSense and I wouldn't want to. It's not reliable and you can't control it. So you can try everything to help it along, but you have to just be realistic about this. The other thing is I keep talking to you guys about doing other things to earn passive income, because what if you can't make videos? There were a lot of times where I was traveling and I took 2 or 3 weeks off from YouTube. There are times when I had family things. Unfortunately, I had to go to like funerals for elderly relatives. I wasn't going to upload. I wasn't in the mind space for that. So I'm not going to upload. Do I want to worry about my channel taking a hit, or do I want to, do the right thing by my family? Real talk. So I think it's important to diversify your income if you're a YouTuber or if you want to become a YouTuber, but also I wanted to correct all the misinformation that's out there around YouTube AdSense and give you some real information and some real numbers and some data behind it. That's what I do on this channel. I back everything I say up with the data. And that's just what we do here. Now I'm planning to make a video on, what 1 million views in YouTube are worth. And I'm also doing a video on how to make your first $1,000 on YouTube. So those are things you might be interested in, but I also would encourage you to watch not only the videos here on how to grow a YouTube channel, but the videos here around entrepreneurship and making money online, because there are a lot faster, better, more reliable ways to make money than YouTube. You can work at this for a long time and not make a lot of money. Now, again, the ads are okay if you're doing certain types of content or if you're getting enough views, but that is also something that you just never know. You could be demonetized. You may be, part of an anomaly and you might get errors and your content will get manually approved and it'll be perfectly fine. But if you missed out on the majority of the views during that time, you're not going to get that money. So I just wouldn't rely on this as your sole source of income if you want to be a content creator. I think still the fastest way to make money online as a content creator is to also do freelance work on the side, and then consider how you can build a real business. And then if you want passive income, affiliate marketing or your own digital product sales. We talk a lot about that here on this channel. So yeah, now you have some real numbers. Now you have an understanding of why just watching a video on how much people make on YouTube or watching all those, my first YouTube paycheck videos, it's encouraging and it might motivate you, but it has nothing to do with how much money you'll make. There is no normal in YouTube when it comes to CPMs and ad rates. It's an auction and advertisers pick and choose what categories they want to advertise in, and they set budgets for what those things are worth that you don't control. And you remember, December, there's more ad spending because you got to get rid of the budget. And in January, it sucks. So again, these things fluctuate. They're different month to month. They are very different. So, you can see that here in my numbers that, there's not a ton of consistency. It can go very well or it can not, and you just don't know what's going to happen just depending on what type of channel you have or what's happening in the market. If you like the information and advice that I shared, then definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to work with me either one-on-one or join my membership program, don't forget to check out awesomecreatoracademy.com. There's going to be a link in the description down below. I'm also going to link to a couple of books that I think every single YouTuber should read, including YouTube Secrets by my friends Sean Cannell and Benji Travis. Hashtag not sponsored. Also, I'm planning a video that really helps you understand how to negotiate brand deals a lot better because I think a lot of you are struggling with that. In fact, question of the day. What's the most money you've made on a single YouTube video? And question of the day part B, if you haven't made any money on YouTube at all, question of the day part B would be, what is the most complicated question you have for me about growing a YouTube channel? I don't want generic questions on how do I get more subscribers, Roberto? How do I get more views, Roberto? I want you to challenge me. Give me and throw me some like curveball questions about YouTube, and I'll see if I can dig up an answer for you. If I don't know, I'm sure I know someone who does. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content here on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching. And don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.